You're welcome to my channel, Mindset Academy, where we want to solve the problem that is displayed on the screen involving cam displacement diagram, or we say involving cam. And the question goes like this. It says a cam with a minimum radius of 50 millimeter rotating clockwise at a uniform speed is required to give a knife edge follower. The motion is described below. A outward stroke is 40 millimeter during 100-degree rotation of the cam. B dwell is 80 degree. C return stroke to starting position is 90 degree, right? D dwell for the rest is 90 degree. Draw the profile of the cam. The displacement of the shaft from higher to lower is to take uniform velocity, right? We're talking about displacement of what? Of the cam. So we move forward. So the first thing you have to do, you have to tabulate this, put it in a tabular form, right? And that is what I am going to do now. Now, this an important part of it. We have to draw the table and put in all our parameters. Now, if you look closely, we have this to be the cam minimum radius, which is 50 millimeter, right? We have the cam rotation, which is clockwise, as shown in the question. We have the follower type, and we are told it is what? Knife edge. And we have the follower rotation, which is what? Anti-clockwise. Why? Because the cam rotation is clockwise. If the cam rotation is anti-clockwise, automatically the follower rotation will be what? Clockwise. Now we have the outward stroke, which is also called the lift, and that is what? 40 millimeter. Is that taken? We can say the outward stroke, we can call it the lift, or we can say that what? The valve is raised. When the valve is raised, what will happen? There will be a lift, right? Now, that is 40 millimeter. We have the outward stroke, which is 100 degree, right? When the which is what? 100 degree. Now we can easily say 100 degree, or you can say from 0 to 100. The dwell, or we'll say the rest, is 80 degree. You can easily say from the 100 to 80, that range, there was rest there, there's a dwell. Now the return to the starting point, or you say it falls for the next 90 degree, which is saying from 180 to 270, it falls, it returns back to its starting position. Now dwell for the remaining motion, since if you are not even told, since the for a one complete revolution, because it's moving in a circular manner, it is 360. So whatever you do, if it's not up to that, meaning that the remaining, since it falls for 90 degrees, so that means on that particular point where it falls, it continue to dwell until it gets to what? 360. So this is what we have here. So we're going to be drawing our cam rotation diagram and cam displacement diagram. So what you just do is you should draw your horizontal line this way. Are we together? So I should just come here and I'll draw my horizontal line this way. Um, just come here and draw it this way. Hope you can see that. And I'll pick a point. Now it's always very important for you to draw out your scale. So taking, it's very important for you to draw out what? Your scale. You can decide to start from here or anywhere. Let me start from here. Now since we have 360 degree motion, So we say that the 360 degree to be equals to what? 36 centimeter. Altogether, or will I say 36 what? Centimeter. So from that what we have, right? So I'm going to say that let 20 degree be equals to what? 1 centimeter. So for every 20 degree, we're having 1 centimeter. That taken out. So that is my scale. So if 20 degrees is 1 centimeter, that means if we have 18 centimeter, that will give us what? 360. Is that taken? So let's do that and see. So if I take this way, from 1 to 19 is 18, right? This is where I'm going to stop. Right? So I'll just take this out there. So this will be 0 here. So once I've done that, I can easily start measuring it out. So I'll take it out this way. And I have this. So the height is given to be this, which is the lift, and that is 40. So I'm going to measure the 40 from 0 to 40. Can you see that? From 0 to 40. And I'm going to close it up. Can you see that? So for the first one, it says 0 to 100. So if we say that every 20 degree is 1 centimeter, so I'm going to use how many for 100? 5 centimeter. So from 0 here to 5, we do the trick. So this is 20, 40, 60, 80, then what? 100. That is the first step. And that point is called, we call it what? The outward stroke. Outward. Then the next one is 80 degree. Right? So that means from that, we'll move 80 degree from there. So that will be another 4. So from 0 to 80 degree, that will be 4 again. So this is what we have. So it's dwelling there. It's at rest at that point. So it dwells here. Right? Then again 90. So I'll come again and I'm going to measure the 90 from 0. Look at what I want to do. I have this is 20, 40, 60, 80, then what? 90. In between 4 and 5 will be 90. Then I'll take it up this way. Can you see that? So this is the return stroke. Return. So the rest is what? 12. So I'm going to take all this up this way. So I can see if it's 0, here is 1, here is 2, here is 3, here is 4, and here is what? 5. Then I can call it to be 0 prime, 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime, and we have 4 prime, and this is 5 prime. Whatever you want to do, you can continue and say 5, 6, 7, 8, anyhow you want to do it. Now, since we are told it is uniform velocity, so I'll put it here that it's outward, according to the question, it outward and return stroke is it what? Uniform velocity. Uniform velocity. Can you see that? So that means uniform velocity is a straight line. You join from here to here. Can you see that? That is uniform velocity. And you join from here to here. Can you see that? So when you say uniform velocity, use a straight line to connect the beginning to this point. Then the dwell is just a straight line here this way. Hope you can see that. This is how the movement of the cam will be. So we should look at, this is the cam profile diagram. So let's look at the cam displacement diagram. So what I'll do is, I'll draw my horizontal and vertical line in this fashion. This and this. So here is where they are meeting. We're giving our cam radius to be what? 50. So I'm going to measure 50 from 0 to 50. Can you see that? Then I'll place it here. And I'm going to draw a circle this way. Hope you can see that. So what I'll just do is, I'll just construct a cam here. I'll place it at this point here. Just draw an horizontal line this way. Then you can just pick two different points. Let's see this point and this point. So it's not offset. It's just having the same center as that of the cam. Then I'll just take my instrument and hit from here to here. And hit from here to here. Then I'll take it out. Tell you the symbol for knife edge. Then I'll just do this. Can you see that? Now this point it meets here is 0. From 0 to what? To 100. That should be our first point. So I will use my protractor and I'll measure from 0 to what? To 100. So since the cam is moving in a clockwise direction, if the cam is going in this manner, like this, clockwise, then the follower will come in this manner. So I'm going to get the first part, which is 100 degree. So I'll place it this way. From 0, this is 90 and this is 100 here. So meaning that this is where we are focusing on. So I don't need this, so I should clean up this to avoid confusion. So this angle you see is my 100 degree here. Here is the 90 and I've removed it. So from here to here, is 100, right? So what I'll do is I'll divide here, since I divided there into 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into 5, I divide it into 5. So 100 divided by 5, that will give us 20 degree each. So when I place it this way, I got my 100. Can you see that? So I'll just come here and I'll start. This is 0, 10, this is first 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100. Can you see that? So you just draw your line towards those points like this. So we can see that. So you see that this point here, I'll say it to be my A, my 0 point A. Then here where it intersects with your vertical line, call it B. Here I'll call it C, call it D, I'll call it E, and here to be what? F. I'll call it to be G, H, I, J, K, and what? L. So what am I trying to say? At point A0 is at this point here. Here's my point A. Then the next one is my point B. So take your compass, place it here to this point, and you come to where point B is. This is 0. Here will be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, and what? 5. So if I come to point 1 to B, for me to get B, I'll come to 1 where I can easily mark B. So this point here is B. Again, for me to get C from here, I'll come here and I'll place it here at point 2 to get what? C. This is C. For me to get D from 3 here, I'll come here, I'll place it here to get what? D. For me to get E from 4, I'll come to E, I'll place it at 4 for me to get what? E. Then for me to get F, for me I'll place it here, come to this point 5 here to get my point what? F. Can you see that? That is the first phase of the motion. You can use your French curve and join them together, but we are moving. So the second phase is dwell. That means and that dwell is given to be how many? 80 degree. So I'm going to measure 80 degree at this point. Can come from here. Can you see that? So this is 0, 10, is 20, 40, 60, and what? And 80 here. Can you see that? So this is what we're targeting from here to here. So I don't need this. So this is where it ends. At that point it ends is my point 0. So I'll just draw my line to go through those points. Remember, we don't need this. So this is what we need here. Let me extend it more. Right? So that is where my 80 is. So I'll use my instrument and draw a line across those points. So the question says from F to G is dual, meaning that what? The next phase is dual. So they are all at the same F and G. F to G is the same position. So for me to get it, I'll just place it from here. So I'll get EF, F to G here. So I'll come here. That's the next part. Here will be F. Come here also, you mark. Come here also, you mark. Come here also, you mark. So this is my point G here. So meaning that from this point to this point, they are all what? They are all they are all on the same position. F to G is dwelling. Can you see that? Now that is not all. Then it returns back to the next one, right? So from here to here, it says is what? Another 90 degree. So what I'll do is I'm going to divide the next phase into what? Into 90. Since the return stage is still 90, you can see return at 90 degree. So from this point here, I will place my protractor at this point. Can you see that? So from here, I will now do the next one, which is 90. So from 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, then 90. This is where it ends. So I'll just draw my line across those points. Can we do that again? We have this 0. Let's come back there again. This is the 90 here. This is 90 here. Sorry. This is what we're focusing on. Hmm? This is what we are, not this. So let me delete this off. So that is the 90 here. So I will now come to get H from this point. We should know that if this is my 0 prime on the same line as G, here will be my 1 prime, here will be my 2 prime, here will be 3 prime, here will be 4 prime, then here will be what? 5 prime, right? So if I want to get to H, come to 1 prime to H here, then this is here, that will be my H. This is H here. Then if I want to get to I, from 2 prime to I, I'll come here, mark. That will be my I. Then from 3 prime to J, that will be my J. Then from 4 prime to K, that will be my K. Then back to 0 here. So I'll now use my French curve. Then I'll join those points in this manner. And the rest is dwell, just like this. So this is what we have. That is our cam displacement diagram, right? We should know very well that from this angle here straight down, let me put it carefully so you see what I'm doing. From here straight down to here, then from here straight down to here, then from here straight down to here. And this is what it means here. So I'll show you this angle here to this here is what? 100 degree. Then from this angle here to this point here is what? Is 80 degree. If I am not mistaken. To this point here, sorry. Is 80 degree. Then from here to here is given to be what? 90 degree. Then from here to here is the remaining what? 90 degree. So this is what it looks like. So cam displacement diagram, right? And cam profile diagram. So if you know you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share the video. Thanks for watching.